What's up, YouTube? Georgia Silver Hunter back, and today I have a $1,000 half-dollar hunt for us. I was able to get 2 boxes of Loomis rolls from my local Wells Fargo. They're down to only ordering about 4 boxes a month for me, but I was really excited to see that I did mainly get uncirculated coins. I do see a 2021 Philadelphia in here, and I do have a couple of Enders that look like they might be brand new coins, but that's okay. We're going to jump into this box. We are looking for silver, varieties, errors, you name it. We're hunting it. We're going to jump in and have a good time. Stay tuned. So if you are new to coin roll hunting, we are going through bank wrapped rolls of $half, mainly looking for silver. That would be anything 1965 to 1970. That would be 40% silver. 1970 is an NIFC year, which stands for not intended for circulation. That means that they only made those coins in mint sets, so they should not have been made released into general population. Anything 1964 and earlier is made of 90% silver. And today, 90% silver constitutional is going for about, 24 times face. So a 90% $half worth about $12 on the market today. That's quite a lift over actual melt price, but that's the going rate. We'll also be looking for NIFCs, which are not intended for circulation coins. As I mentioned, 1970 is one of those coins. 1987 was another mint set year only. And then 2002 to 2020 is also a NIFC year. Outside of that, we will look for proofs. We will look for errors and varieties. And I do have a document in the description down below that has all the coins that we hunt for, whether they be $half, nickels, dimes, quarters, pennies. It doesn't matter. Feel free to grab that from the description down below. So with that said, all I see is clad in here. I'll continue going through these rolls, and I'll pull you guys in as soon as we find something interesting. So I literally just hit stop on this a second ago, and we're on roll number 2. I got, I don't know, about 10 coins from the end, give or take, and I've got one under the scope. It's a 1971, let's see here, what is it? It's a 1971D, and I've just never seen this before, and I just wanted to share. Normally, I look at the I for, in the in God for a DDO, and it looks like I've got some sort of either die deterioration or some sort of die chip there on the right-hand side of the eye. I have no idea what this is. I have no idea if there's any value there. The coin's a little worse for wear, but if you know what kind of error this is, please let me know in the description down below. And even looking over here on the T, we've got a little bit of, I don't know if that's smearing or if that's another little die chip there in the T. But this one's kind of interesting. I'll pull it aside and we'll leave it up on the board as a find. So we are all the way up to roll 49. Along the way, I haven't brought you in for much. We have that 1971 with that funky die chip on it. And we've gotten a couple of NIFCs. Let me zoom in here. We've got a 2002, a 2005, a 2016, a 2020, and then an out of order 2010 Denver. So just a bunch of NIFCs. I have found a ton of 2021 Ps, but the main reason I'm bringing you in, roll 49, I did pull up a 1982, and we'll see if we can see it just with the camera, but I'll put it under the scope for you as well. And in the last roll, I had a 1972 D that was so close to a no FG, but you can see here on this 1982, there is no FG. And this coin, while a little matte, looks pretty good. I have no idea what this would grade out at. I need to look at that. But this coin is in pretty darn good shape. Let's look at it under the scope. So here we are for a no FG. There's some FG initials under here. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll just grab another $half. The FG are the engraver's initials, and they're on every single coin that is manufactured. The engraver's initials are somewhere, but for $half, when there is a no FG, it's either from extreme polishing of the die or die deterioration, and the initials are just missing from the manufacturing process. And for the no FG, you should be able to turn this coin in all kinds of different directions in different light and not make out a single letter. So this is, in fact, a 1982 no FG. So we'll put that on the board as a find. And if you guys don't know, I'll also, at some point in this video, pull up the PCGS value on something like this. All right, here we are with box number 2. And what I thought was interesting about this one when I opened it is I've got a lot. These almost look like they've been soaked in acid or something like that. This is actually a 2021, believe it or not. You can see the date in there. So I don't know. Somebody has ground these down or put acid or something on them. But I've got 3 or 4 rolls that look like that. So definitely some circulated coins in here. I'm not sure if we'll see many nice NIFCs, but we'll hunt them and I'll bring you in if we find something interesting. So we are down to the last 3 rolls. I have 1 roll splayed out in front of me here, and I just kind of want to show you what I have found throughout this box, and it hasn't been real exciting, so I haven't brought you in, but this is the 3rd from the last roll, and I wanted to stop you here just to show you. I've been finding a ton of these. I mentioned it at the beginning of this box, that they look like they've been sandblasted or something, because the finish is really off, right? All the details missing. Well, it's not just this one that I have found. I have found tons of these things, all different years. There's even one like, I mean, here's a 2021. This thing has just been destroyed. So I was wondering what they did. You know, was it sandblasting? Was it sanding? What was it? But I probably have a whole roll, maybe a little bit more, that look like that. And for fun, I decided to take some nickel-date, for which you usually use to get dates off of like buffalo nickels, and dropped, I didn't really drop it, but I basically covered the entire face of the coin. I just took a random 1971 and let it just soak for a really long time, both on the front and the back. And we're getting there. It's kind of close. Now, mine kind of turned brown. I don't know if that's the copper poking through or what, but I don't think what they did was nickel-date, but it's kind of the same thing. I mean, we've just worn all of the finish off of this thing, and that nickel-date would have would have eaten through all of that nickel and just kind of left a lot of the copper behind. So anyway, not exactly sure what they've done with all these coins, but they're pretty ugly and I have a whole bunch of them. So they'll just be going back to the mint. And I'll keep going through these. We have found some NIFCs, and I'll do a quick wrap up here after these last 3 rolls. Well, that wraps up box number 2. And quickly for the finds in that box, we had a bunch of NIFCs. We had a 2003 Philly, 2007 Denver, we had a 2011 Philly, a 2012 Denver, a 2018 that looks like a Denver, and a 2020. We did end up with 23 of those what appear to be sandblasted $50. I'll just wrap those up and send those back. And of course, in the first box, the really big find of the $1,000 hunt would be this 1982 Philly no FG. And I'll take you over to the computer real quick and we'll look at that on PCGS.com. Well, here's our 1982P no FG one last time under the scope. Definitely no FG there. What I wanted to show you guys here was, according to Redbook, they normally list out, especially for older coins, the grading scale. And in Redbook, at least the 22 or 23 version that I have, what do I have right? This is the 22 version. It doesn't have a grading scale for $50. So what I lean on when that is the case is PCGS's photo grade service. You can come out here and find any type of coin you want. So let's drill into the $50. We've got a Kennedy $50. And you can click on examples of coins that have graded at a specific grade at PCGS. So you can use these as guidelines for your coin. And mine is definitely well circulated. Just looking at the finish, the number of bag marks, the amount of detail, I think I would be somewhere in this comfortably between VF35 and XF45. So what I tend to do is kind of pick in the middle when I'm not exactly sure. So I would say like probably an XF40 coin if I were to have to just grade it myself. That said, there's enough marks and circulation damage on it that it may not even get a grade from PCGS if I were to send it in. It's not terrible, but you know, if I turn it over here on the front, you can see we've got a lot of marks and scuffs and scratches and stuff on his face. And that's why I say, you know, if I had to put a grade on it, I would put it in that, you know, maybe XF40 on the high end. This isn't the kind of coin I would ever send in, at least in this condition, in to get graded, and I'll show you why. So from there, now that we kind of have an idea of grade, we can come over to PCGS's price guide, and I'm going to drill down in here into the Kennedy half dollar again, and we're going to come down and find our 1982p, and you'll see we have a plus sign, so we can click on that, and here's our no FG. It's an FS901, and you can see an MS67 condition, so if we found a flawless one, we're rolling in the money. This is a $3,500 coin according to PCGS. Now that is, you know, probably their highest auction ever. You'd probably get less than that. Who knows? Maybe you get more. But a lot of times these are a little on the high side if you go into a private sale. So let's click in. And again here, just to show you guys, you can get close-ups of the individual coin. And there's our example of our no FG. But you can come down and see the actual price for each grade. So if you have a 58, it's about $25. And unfortunately for us, the lowest this goes is an AU50, so for $24. So, you know, I would assume to get down into an XF40, you're probably talking about half of that, maybe $12. Again, based on the last video I posted on my quarters, let's go and look at a true way to price this out, and that is, let's look at eBay past sales. So here we are with a 1982p, no FG. Here's somebody only got $4.99 for theirs. Here's somebody that says XFAU condition circulated, $9. So I said 10 to 12, and I'm a little off, but $9 plus shipping. We're at $10, not bad for a 50-cent piece we got from the bank. Here's $8 plus $1.25, and you can see the prices are a little bit all over the place. So it is you do have to get a little lucky. But if I were to list this on eBay, it's exactly what I would do. I would come out here, probably list it on a $10 auction with the cheapest shipping I could. I'm shocked this guy got $5.30 for shipping a $50, but this is the way I would do it. So this is how I would price it, and I did actually drill on this guy's $10 sale just to look at his coin. He says it's uncirculated, and when I look at the pictures, this does not look like an uncirculated coin to me. So that is the other problem on eBay when you buy coins, is you're a little bit at the mercy of the description of whatever the seller puts up. So it is a very pretty coin. I just don't know if I would go with uncirculated just based on the bag marks and stuff and some of the damage that I see on the coin. But it is what it is. The guy got $10 plus $5.30 in shipping, which is great for him or her, as the case may be. So anyhow, let's get back to the wrap up. And outside of that, we had this 1971 with the weird die chip on there. I'd love to hear from you guys maybe that know anything about, finding die chips on halves. I've never really found many, so I have no idea if this is just a throwaway or if this is something I should hang on to. So let me know in the comments down below. I'm not going to go back through these, but we did have we had 5 other NIFCs in box number 1. So with that said, we're going to wrap up the video here. I hope to get some more boxes towards the maybe Friday after Thanksgiving, and we'll do another little $50 hunt then. Until then, I hope you enjoyed this hunt. If you did, drop down below, click on that like button, leave me a comment, and if you're new to the channel, please consider clicking on that subscribe button and then clicking on that little bell and selecting all so you get notified each and every time I release a new video. With that said, I hope you guys are enjoying your Thanksgiving week. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.